Hey guys, so Hedone's kit has been revealed, and this is the preliminary analysis based on what I understand about her kit. First of all, her insights. So this is a translation by Chunsi Ravenclaw. Thank you very much for this translation. Alright, so insight, the arrogance of the undefeated at I0. So basically this is making her a conduit. Okay, so she's a conduit team. She is a mineral team. So who is she kicking out from the conduit party? It probably will be Rhiannon. Okay, Coppelia will be there. Ever Echo will be there, Twins will be there, and she will be the sub DPS for the team. So one special thing about her kit is that when entering battle, she generates one rekindled once more at the rightmost position of the spell dog. And it seems like if you look into Insight 1, it say when rekindled once more smelts energy card. So what is smelt? I believe it's just delete off one of the card. And then she will store that energy in that card. So you can keep storing until when you want, you use it, and then you will be channeling all this mineral energy that she has stored for the conduit to be triggered. So I think that is pretty interesting. But if it's P0 Hedone, I think it's just going to be one energy per round. If you have more, it's going to be higher, because imagine if she can smelt like 2 or 3, then by, in just 3 rounds, she have like 6 or 7 energy. And you use that, the Twins going to do so much more damage, because they are going to do even more polymeric ray. And every time we do more polymeric ray, the next one is going to be dealing more damage than the previous one. So it's going to be crazily broken. Maybe not crazily, but I kind of do think it's going to be crazily. But if it's P0, I think it's just going to be at most 1 per round. If you're considering your 3-round rotation, that would just be 3 energy, which is not that broken. But maybe P5 you can have up to 6 or even 9 energies. Okay, and Insight 2, when entering battle, increase damage dealt. And Insight 3, when entering battle, increase self-harmonization. When any allies activate conduits, based on consumed energy, Hedone gain harmonization. So she's gaining harmonization not only from casting her own spell. The teammate casts any conduit, she will gain harmonization. This means that her whole kit will be quite passive, that she will be attacking, but it's not going to be like the twin attacking so many times in a row. Yeah, so basically based on this, I do think it will be that way. So which is why I mentioned she is more of a sub DPS. So this means that overall she could be quite energy friendly. So don't worry about, her competing with the twins. For her buff and energy, first of all, power aesthetic. Record a percentage of damage dealt by incantation of allies. When target carry lava scar, record more damage. So this power aesthetic, later on I will explain it again, but basically this is a buff which helps to record damage. And with Lava Scar to record even more. Then later you will be doing something to trigger all this damage as a form of Genesis damage. So this is similar to like Lawrence, right? All the damage that you deal, and then when she uses her skill, she's gonna deal Genesis damage based on the damage that has been recorded. So it's kind of similar. Lava Scar is a debuff, so you inflict it on the enemy, and when the enemy has Lava Scar and they are attacked by conduits, so this don't work with other units. So if you bring like, for example, let's say J, so J doing all the attacks, all those attacks will not be enhanced by Lava Scar. It has to be a conduit. And then Blazing Light, a force field, increase conduit damage and damage bonus to a certain point. So again, since it's conduit might, it only work for conduit. Her energy card being a mineral character, so she has mineral 1 and mineral 2. So mineral is single mineral energy, mineral 2 is double mineral energy. Special energy card, rekindle once more, which I have already explained to you. So, if you store up some energy, then after that you use it, boom, it's going to do a lot of damage, right? So this will help you to easily hit 12 energy, okay, for twins out, or, when you want to do so much more polymeric energy, this is when you use the rekindle once more. And the best thing is that rekindle once more do not count toward the spell dogs and do not cost AP. So before that, you have 5 AP. So let's say if you like 2 energy per AP, that's 10. Then you can use your tuning to create one more, which is also free AP, so that's 12. And easily with this, you can use this skill and no AP, and this skill can store like 3 or even more. So if like 3 minimum, then you have like 15 energy. So easily you can get up to 15 energy. So really, adding her into your team really will make the energy management for Conduit team much easier. Okay, Conduit 1 needs 0 energy. So since 0 energy is an interval card, it will expire. Single relative damage. If enemy has blazing light, deal more damage, immediately gain mineral energy. So this gain mineral energy, I'm not too sure how it works, but I'm kind of thinking, is it like the twins? Like you use the buff, you get 4 energy. So this one, you use this and you get maybe like 1 or 2 energy. So I do not know. Okay, it might be that way. C2, where the golden arrow goes, need 2 mineral energy. Also interval. So she has 2 interval. That is why I say you cannot spam her incantation, which is kind of like she is not the DPS. Her ultimate may be very strong, but apart from getting her ultimate to do a strong attack, other rounds she won't be doing that much attack because of these intervals, conduits. But this consume energy. So most of the time you wouldn't want to use this so much as well because it's competing with the twins. So probably you will use it when you need to, basically to re-inflict Lava Scar. I think Lava Scar might be 3 rounds or it might be 2, but I think 3 rounds will be way better because of the rotation that I tell you is probably a 3-round rotation. So yeah, I hope it's gonna be 3 or else it's gonna be a little bit tricky to use this effectively, right? Anyway, her ult can reduce the energy requirement from her C2. So what is written at the moment is say she will receive Conduit tuning 2. If Coppelia, she has instrumentation tuning, but that could just be a translation issue there. I think it might work the same. But for Coppelia, it's 1, right? Instrumentation tuning 1. Hers is 2. So I'm going to assume that Coppelia minus 1 energy, she's going to minus 2 energy, which is why her C2 is probably free to use, okay? Doesn't consume energy, doesn't compete with the twins. Alright, the ultimate, the 13 labor, mass relative damage to all enemies and deal extra static genesis damage to the main and other targets equal to the different percentages of power aesthetic. So I explained that to you already. It's like Lorentz genesis damage, but instead of like doing 3 attack, 3 incantation, like Lorentz, she does it from her ultimate. Okay, she does it from her ultimate. After attacking, if there is no rekindle once more in the spell dot, generate 1. So this is the round where you want to use rekindle once more. The round where she will cast her ultimate. So you use it, she casts the ultimate, and then after that, it will replenish. And after attacking, give self sever stack of Conduit tuning 2. So sever stack, how many? I probably think it's 1. Okay, at P0. Maybe P2 will be 2. Okay, her rotation, this is briefly because I don't know how much harmonization she will get and all those things. So I'm going to assume it's 3 rounds. So round 1, okay, use all star energy and make sure total you have at least 12 energy because this is a turn you want to out with the twins. And you want Ever Echoes to use out here as well. Ever Echoes, okay, you can use out any other round. As long as the out is up, just use it. Then Hedone buff, okay, then Coppelia buff, and then the twin out, consume all the energy and do a strong attacking attack. And then in round 2, here you want to use up 8 energy. Okay, so the Conduit, Ever Echo, either heal or attack, doesn't matter which one. Hedone, use C2, okay, to inflict Lava Scar because it should expire this round. So you inflict Lava Scar, which should last 3 rounds, okay? Which means the round before, when the twin used out, Lava Scar should already be there. And then Coppelia buff, and then the twin attack. So overall, Coppelia should do like 3 attacks here, and the twin should do, I think, 4. Okay, so that is round 2. Now in round 3, okay, Hedone used a special energy, so you're going to generate a lot of energy because this round, you want to use Hedone's ultimate. Okay, the Coppelia change back to buff, and then the twin buff and attack. And because now Hedone uses ultimate. I hope when it switch back, it's gonna switch back to C1. Usually that should be the case. So if C1, then she's gonna continue with just a buff. So the twin's gonna use all the energy. So with the Hedone special energy and all the mineral energy that you have been saving up, boom, you're going to do a lot of damage from Polymeric Ray. And then after that, back to round 1, so you basically do the same thing. So repeat round 1 to round 3. I would think this is their rotation. Teammate, no surprise there, okay? Ever Echoes, Coppelia, the twins, and Hedone. The twin is still the main DPS, so put them behind Coppelia. Now, you may ask, what about Regulus? Okay, Regulus, this situation is a bit weird because all these characters, they are generating mineral energy, Coppelia mineral, and then Hedone now mineral as well. And you won't be able to remove that many cards compared to like when you're using Rhiannon, okay? But with Smelt there, and you're tuning to remove at least 2 cards per round, it probably can improve, okay? So what you're gonna do here when you're playing this is that use up your mineral energy until you get ultimate for Hedone and Coppelia and even Ever Echoes. Then when that happens, use all the star energy, because with Coppelia's buff, Regulus can trigger some of her attack, 3 of her attack for free. So you're going to be doing a lot of Conduits attack. And everyone else will also be doing Conduits attack. So you can get Conduit level pretty high up, you know, when Regulus is attacking. So Regulus should be hitting quite hard as well with this setup. However, Rekindle once more, it only stores mineral energy. So when you actually use that, you cannot spam Hedone's card. It's interval. So which means here Coppelia will also play a very significant role in doing damage. Because with all the energy consumption, with all the Conduit being triggered, I think both Conduit level and energy level is going to be really high up. And both Coppelia and Regulus will do a lot of damage. Alright, yeah, so this is basically my interpretation. So if you have a different interpretation, do let me know in the comment section below. Am I excited for Hedone? Yes, definitely. Initially, I thought she won't be in Conduit. I thought like too soon after, with Rhiannon around, the Conduit already have a full team. I thought they might be like taking a rest for one patch and only come back with more Conduit later. And I thought that would at least be a star Conduit. But no, we are getting another mineral Conduit, right? I'm not complaining. Just not what I'm expecting, but totally fine. I will definitely pull for her in GL, the global version. She looks really cool. Yeah, so definitely. Alright, so that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching and have a good day.